All right. Hello. Good morning. Happy Friday, everybody. Grace Simon here with the New Doors Mentorship and Coaching, bringing you your morning momentum for a beautiful, incredible Friday morning. I hope your morning has been fantastic. I got to tell you, I have had an epic morning. It's been absolutely so special and yeah, so intensely special. I don't know if I think everybody in my household woke up early this morning. It's been kind of one of those mornings when I get into my quiet place, which is every morning in my quiet place, but sometimes it turns into a very loud place because I just get compelled when I get into the word and I get reading and reflecting on, you know, on what the word says and what's happened yesterday and what I'm looking forward to today and the possibilities and the opportunities that are ahead. It gets really exciting. And this morning's Founding Momentum is really exciting. And it's about the law of the rubber band from in 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth with John C. Maxwell. He pulls out this quote by what's his name? Rabbi Nachman of Bratslav. Nachman of Bratslav. He says, if you won't be better tomorrow than you were today, then what do you need tomorrow for? If you won't be better tomorrow than you were today, then what do you need tomorrow for? I want us to make a commitment today. Can you make a commitment with yourself today as you're going out and you're getting ready? You're probably at work right now. You're settling down with a good cup of Java coffee and you've jumped into your workspace. Can we make a new commitment to ourselves or maybe a continuous commitment to ourselves? To make a commitment to refuse to never stop growing. Let's make that commitment today, no matter how old you are, how young you are, where you are in your life, and what you're going after, what you're growing into. Commit to yourself to never stop growing. How can I make today the very best day that I possibly can so that I have something to grow into tomorrow? It's so powerful. Today I spent some time being grateful um for people that went before me, because where I am today is not where I plan to be tomorrow, where I plan to be in the future. My kids know this. My kids know this, that I want to set the bar so high for them. Like my son, Austin, out there, he loves it. He's like, Mom, I'm expecting you to set the bar so high for me, because he's heard me say this. He's like, I want to set the bar so high, not because you feel like you have to live up to any standard. I don't want anybody having to live up to any standard. I just want to set a bar of excellence, of growth, of inspiration, of influence, of leadership, of motherhood, of grandmotherhood, as womanhood, as just being an amazing person, knowing that my life has potential and it's really my responsibility to how I live into it. And so I'm doing everything I can in this life to fulfill everything that I've called to, so that my kids have that understanding that there really is no limitation to what they can do. And this law of the rubber band is so good, because it challenges us. It challenges us to find where we need to find a new stretch. You know, I hurt my arm a while ago. It's been really sore in the elbow, and I was kind of nursing it for a few months. Just kind of tolerating the pain, and then I just never really, it never bothered me after a while. I would go to the gym and I would be doing lighter weights to try to not to injure it more. And there was this ache that stayed there. It didn't hurt anymore, but there was still this like numbing ache that it was like, yeah, I don't think this is probably normal for it to ache. And if I don't have it looked at, if I don't go to physio or something and have it looked at, it could get worse. Well, let me tell you, I've never done. Good morning. Thanks for chiming in. I've never done physio before. Have you ever done physio? Well, I thought physio was something that would be, stretching, but that it would be fun, that it would be relaxing, that it would be so good. I thought physio was something that you would go in and you'd feel so much better. Well, I get into physio and I love my physiotherapist. If you're in the Newmarket area and you need physio, then you need to make sure that you go see Benita, um, Benita Follick at Newmarket Physiotherapy. Amazing office. Like they're so friendly and so good. But physio is not relaxing. It's very painful because what happens is that what I thought, didn't hurt and it was just a late ache, once she gets in there and she starts breaking apart the fibers, the cells, or whatever she's doing in there, it's excruciating. I had this machine hooked up to my arm called Shockwave, and it sends shocks literally through your arm, breaking up the matter. And she's like, Grace, like you've had 4 kids. And she starts to laugh. She's so adorable. When you're in pain, she's like giggles and she makes light of things and she's just really good at what she does. But she says, you have had 4 kids. You can tolerate, you have a high pain tolerance because this arm, it's not good. She's like, this arm really does need some help. So I'm so glad you came in when you did before it got worse. And so what I thought was like really not so bad was terrible. And I didn't feel it. I didn't know how terrible it was until she started working on it. And I was like, I come home and I'm like, I'm so in pain. Like, this is horrible. This is so painful. But a few days after getting massage and having the therapy and getting the machines and having this suction cup and the laser and her knuckles grind into my arm, what really, really hurt at the beginning is now bringing release. It's bringing relief to my arm and I'm getting mobility. Next week, I'm going to be able to build strength. And why am I sharing this story with you is because we get into this place where we create habits, right? We create habits, we create rituals, we create, our schedules and our order. And they're challenging at first, right? When you're starting a new habit, it's challenging, right? To keep that habit and to really, establish something good from what was not so good. Um, and so at the beginning of any new habit, it is very challenging. But if you don't continue to stay in that place of growth and stretching, it becomes comfortable. What was first challenging isn't challenging anymore. And unless you're continually being intentional about your growth, it all becomes comfortable again. And before you know it, you're not in a growth position. You become plateaued. And so this lava rubber band is so good and so important about your growth because it's all about being intentional and asking that question, in what areas have I lost my stretch? In what areas of my life have I lost that stretch that I've settled in and that I've plateaued and it's just become normal? Ask yourself that question. Commit to that I will never stop growing. I will never allow myself to go into this place of plateau, or as soon as I feel like I've plateaued, that I'll be willing to bring that stretch again, no matter how much pain it brings to light, no matter how much pain it brings to the surface. I know that when I'm in a place of stretching, I'm in a place of growth. Think about your life. Think about your life in a time where something challenging came in that you didn't welcome, you didn't see it happen, you didn't know that it was, that it was going to come in your life. It was something that was out of your control. And it maybe was the toughest season of your life. It might have been the toughest challenge in your relationships, in your career, in your finance, in your health. I don't know, because we all get these challenges, right? But if you think about those times that were so challenging and so hard, and you thought, how am I ever going to get through it? Something happens is that you're forced into a place of stretch. You're forced in a place of growth. It's like a live or die situation, right? I'm either going to grab this bull by the horns and ride it out and drive it as hard as I can, or else I'm going to die and give up. And because you're here today, you didn't give up. You grabbed a hold of the situation, right? And you did your best to go through it. And if you look back on that time, most challenging times of your life was probably the most growing times of your life. And when we look at those times, those seasons, those journeys, those things that are out of our control, where we chose to get some grit, we chose to put some power, we chose to allow that stretch and that growth to take place. You grew and you became a new person. You developed your character, you developed your endurance, you developed your strength, you developed who you are growing into and who you were always meant to grow into. But you needed to go through that challenge, you needed to go through that in order to get to the next phase. So we always want to welcome those stretches, but we don't want to wait until we're forced into a situation. We don't want to be forced into things that are out of control, because we know that those things are going to come regardless. But if we're always in this place of being willing to be stretched, welcoming the challenges and saying, yeah, this is challenging, but I know that this challenge is going to bring new growth and I welcome it. And when you set your intention every single day to look for new challenges and to allow yourself to grow into them, when those unwelcomed, those things that are out of your control, that you don't know about, that they're coming, you will have developed already that muscle. You've already developed that strength to be able to go through it a lot faster, and probably with a new endurance and an ability and agility because of the things that you went through in the past. So let's be people of growth, people of intentionality, people of saying, I am welcoming the stretches of my life. I'm welcoming these new challenges. I'm excited and I'm expectant for these new habits that are being developed that are uncomfortable, because I know that I'm going to grow and I'm going to, become that person that I'm desiring to be. I'm becoming that leader, that influencer, that financial wealth person that is growing legacy through my life and to my children, my children's children. I'm growing and establishing the life that I desire for my spouse or for myself as I grow older. Whatever that may be, make that decision of tapping into where that discontent is and what you can do to bring a good stretch. And knowing that as I stretch out, as I do my exercises every single day, making those stretches, right? Going to physio, allowing the fibers, the muscles to whatever it is that they're doing. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know, but whatever they're doing that makes it hurt, I know that it's going to be for my betterment. I know that it's going to improve my strength as we take it on. So happy Friday, everybody. Take on those new challenges, be diligent and grow. And we will see you on Monday. Have a wonderful day. Have an amazing weekend. God bless you. And may his favor continue to be upon you. Bye, everybody.